Good morning students. Last time we had completed chapter number 8. Now today we are going to start poem number 9. The Wonderful World. Means the world is very beautiful. The poem is about the world in which we live. Let's first understand the meanings. So in the meanings the first word is cliffs. Cliffs means it's a noun. It means steep high rocks at the edge of the sea. So near sea there are some rocks which are high and as well as they are very steep, very slopey. So they are known as cliffs. Then the second meaning is curled. Curled is verb, means to be in a circle type of position. Dressed, that is verb, it means dressed. The way you dress means the way you dressed. So dressed means dressed. Then next meaning is isles. Isles is noun, means islands. Miles, miles is noun. It means units for measuring distance. If there are two places like Rajkot and Ahmedabad, then how far they are from each other, to know this, to measure this, we may use miles. We generally use kilometers. Miles is also used for measuring distance. Then the next word is tremble. Tremble is verb, means to shake in a manner that one cannot control because one is very excited or nervous. When you are very excited or when you are very nervous, when you are very worried, at that time you shake and that is known as tremble. Whirls. Whirls is noun, means moves quickly in a particular direction or in a circle. So whirls means to move very quickly in one direction or in a circle, that is whirling. Whisper. Whisper is noun, means a low quiet voice. When you speak very slowly, you are whispering. Wonderful. Wonderful is an adjective, means very good or something that is pleasant. So we have understood the meanings. Now let's see the poem. Poem 9, The Wonderful World. This world is a beautiful place to live in. So, in the poem, the world is described. Let's see. Great, wide, beautiful, wonderful world. So, how is the world? The world is great. Then it is wide. It is beautiful and it is wonderful. Means a very pleasant place to live. With the wonderful water round you curled. You can see in the picture, earth is spherical in shape and around the earth there is water. Now we know that around 70% of the earth's part is covered with water. So here the poet is saying with the wonderful water round you curled. So water has curled around. And the wonderful grass upon your breast. So here on the surface of the earth there is wonderful, means very pleasant, very nice grass. World, you are beautifully dressed. The poet is looking the earth as if a living person, and so the poet is saying that you are wonderfully, beautifully dressed, means you are dressed very nicely. The wonderful air is over me. When we are standing on the ground, we know air is around us. So here the poet is saying the wonderful air is over me. And the wonderful wind is shaking the tree. When the air moves, we call it wind. So what is the wind doing? Is shaking the tree. It walks on the water. We know that when there is strong wind, at that time the water slightly moves. So here the poet is saying as if the wind is walking on the water. And whirls, the mills. Windmills, have you seen those windmills? So when there is strong wind, those windmills move. So here the poet is saying that whirls the mills and talks to itself on the tops of the hills. If you are standing on a hilltop and if there is strong wind, you may listen a kind of sound. That sound, the poet is saying, as if it looks that the wind is talking to itself. You friendly earth, how far do you go? We all know that earth is a huge place, right? So the poet is saying, how far do you go? With the wheat fields that nod. What is nodding? When you answer yes or no, only by moving your head you say yes or you say no. So that is nodding. So here the poet is saying as if the wheat fields, the fields in which wheat is grown there, as if those wheat crops are nodding, and that the river flow. So river flows, wheat field nods, with cities and gardens. On the earth, what else is there? Cities and gardens. And cliffs and isles means those steep high rocks near the seaside, and the islands are also there. And people upon you for thousands of miles means there are lots and lots of people who live on earth, means there are lots of people living on the earth for thousands and thousands of miles. Ah, you are so great and I am so small. So now the poet is comparing himself with the earth, and so he is saying that earth, you are so great and huge and I am so small, so tiny. I tremble to think of you world at all. So now the poet is saying that I am trembling when I think of you because you are very big and I am very small. And yet when I said my prayers today, a whisper inside me seemed to say. So now the poet is saying that today when I was doing my prayers, at that time a whisper means a low voice. I heard it in me, inside me. And that voice was saying, you are more than the earth. Though you are such a dot, means if we compare earth and you are just a tiny dot, but still you are even more than earth. You can love and think and the earth cannot. Means that voice told the poet that see, there is a difference between you and the earth. You are more than earth because you can love and think and the earth cannot. So what makes this world wonderful? The ability of all the human beings, animals, birds to love and to think. So here we are getting one small lesson, and what is that? That we should spread love instead of hatred. We should not hate each other, and we should live thoughtfully, nicely, logically. The poem is written by, you can see a name given in the red color, that is W.B. Yeats. Now this is the name of the poet who has written the poem. So in the poem, the poet has expressed that the world is a very wonderful place and there are all the beautiful things are there, but still love and think, this to think and to love, these two abilities makes us even more than that. So it is our responsibility to behave nicely and to spread love and live thoughtfully so that the world can remain a wonderful place. Answer the following questions. Question 1. Why does the poet say that the world is beautifully dressed? Why has the poet said so, that the world is beautifully dressed? The poet says that the world is beautifully dressed because it has water and green grass around it. Where if we go on a picnic and if we go to a place where there is water and there is green grass or greenery around, we find that place very beautiful and we like it. So here the poet is saying that the earth is beautifully dressed because it has water and green grass around it. Question number 2. List down 4 things that the air does in this poem. So in this poem, air is doing few things. Which are they? We have to state any 4. Answer 2. The 4 things the air does are: first, it shakes the tree. Second, it walks on the water, means as if the air is walking on the water and the water is moving. But actually the air is not walking on the water. What is happening? Strong wind is there and due to that force the water moves. C, it whirls the mills. And D, it talks to itself. The air is talking to itself. Question number 3. Why do you think the poet calls the earth friendly? Why is the earth friendly? Answer 3. The poet calls the earth friendly because it gives everything to the people living on it. Earth is very friendly because it gives everything to the people living on it, means we get food because farmers grow them on the soil which is part of the earth, and whatever air we get, that is also on the earth and we get it. So whatever things we need to live, all those things we get from the earth. So earth gives us everything. That is why earth is very friendly. Question number 4. Think of 2 more adjectives to describe the earth. We have to describe the earth and we have to state 2 adjectives. A. Generous. Generous means who shares and gives things. B. Helpful. Earth is really helpful to us. Yes, because of the earth we can live, because we get water, air, food, clothes and all other things from the earth. Question number 5. What flows upon the earth? Answer 5. Rivers flow upon the earth. So in the poem we know the poet says that river flows. So rivers flow upon the earth. Question number 6. Who does the following? Shakes the tree. Who shakes the tree? Wind. Then question B. Nods on the earth. Who nods? Wheat fields nod. C. Curls around the earth. Who curls around the earth? Water. Question number 7. What is the difference between the earth and you? Answer 7. You can think but the earth cannot. Earth cannot think. You are small but the earth is big. We are very small but the earth is big, and the second difference is we can think but the earth cannot think. And one more thing was told in the poem, that was that we can spread love but the earth can not. Question 8. Find 3 pairs of rhyming words from the poem and write them. So we are supposed to find out 3 pairs of the rhyming words. Rhyming words means which sounds similar. When we speak, when we pronounce those words, their sounds are similar. So first is world and called. So in the end, both have similar sounds. World, called. Second is isles, miles. And third is mills, hills. So these are the rhyming words. I hope you have understood the poem and the question answers. Thank you.